To time travel to the 1960s, the 2024 Volkswagen ID Buzz, an all-electric variant of the famous Volkswagen Microbus, may be for you. This roomy, three-column van vows to bring out the wistfulness of the 60s and 70s, yet with the cutting-edge capacities of a completely electric stage. With few electric choices for minivans available, Volkswagen offers the ideal answer for families who need more space and accommodation without forfeiting effectiveness. Sound awesome? In the event that you dig it, continue to peruse to study the arrival of the 2024 Volkswagen ID Buzz, the all-new Volkswagen ID. Buzz will arrive in a scope of trim choices, so you can find one to match your inclinations and financial plan. Like other well-known Volkswagen models, the ID Buzz will be accessible in standard back tire and discretionary all-wheel drive forms. It has 3 columns of seats, separating it from the European rendition as of late delivered abroad, which has a more limited wheelbase and 2-line seating. You'll say something when you drive the new Volkswagen ID Buzz, displayed after the famous Volkswagen Microbus, otherwise called the VW Transport. The electric van includes a retro stylish. Its 2-tone outside comes in lively varieties like blue, orange, and green. The van has a square-shaped outline with a somewhat adjusted front belt, effectively discernible by a precious stone example front grille and the enormous Volkswagen logo. It's about a similar size as the Volkswagen MapBook Cross game, estimating 195 inches long and 78 inches wide. Other outside plan components incorporate sliding second-line windows and a steel rooftop. A discretionary, all-encompassing sunroof will bring a lot of light into the lodge, with coloring that permits you to make the glass misty by squeezing a button. Express farewell to the times of battling to find your vehicle in a jam-packed parking area. The Volkswagen ID Buzz stands apart from different vehicles on the market. When you drive a Volkswagen ID Buzz, you can take the whole group with you to the post-game festival. The Volkswagen ID Buzz inside is incredibly roomy on account of its long wheelbase. The van accompanies 3 columns of seats for up to 7 travelers. A discretionary skipper seats in the subsequent column consider a 6-man limit. Both the second and third column seats overlay level, giving a lot of room to massive things or even an inflatable cushion for your next setting up camp outing. Different elements inside the new Volkswagen ID Buzz incorporate a 10-inch computerized measure bunch, rubbing front seats, and encompassing lighting with up to 30 tones and adjustable elements. A wood run traverses the front of the van, and inside tones will incorporate choices like dull brown and dark or light brown with interesting yellow sewing. All around, the Volkswagen ID Buzz follows through on style in a major way. The Volkswagen ID Buzz might look retro outwardly, yet inside, it comes furnished with all the advanced innovation you anticipate from an electric vehicle. A liberal 12.9-inch contact screen secures the dashboard. The screen will associate with different infotainment choices, including standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto Mix, so you can get to your telephone applications and music. All through the lodge, 8 USB ports and different outlets permit each traveler to remain associated in any event when you're outside of what might be expected. It ought to have remote gadget charging and Wi-Fi problem area capacity also. One more exceptional component that will come in the ID Buzz is Volkswagen's imaginative ID light framework. This light bar, noticeable to the driver and front traveler, gives signs to assist you with centering better while driving. For instance, it can convey a light message to show you where to go in view of the route framework, so you don't need to take your eyes off the street. It additionally gives signs to show you the van's battery status while charging in any event, while you're standing away from the vehicle. The 2024 Volkswagen ID Buzz offers true serenity when you're on the streets in Marion, Illinois. Like other Volkswagen vehicles, it will accompany the IQ Drive framework, a setup of improved well-being and driver help highlights. The framework incorporates travel help for semi-computerized driving capacities like guiding help, versatile journey control to change the speed naturally founded on vehicles before you, vulnerable side checking to make you aware of vehicles in your vulnerable sides, back traffic caution to distinguish deterrents behind you when you're backward, front help to caution you of a likely crash and apply the brakes if important, path keep help to hold you back from floating into another path. With electric vehicles turning out to be more standard every year and scarcely any substantial EV choices for families, the 2025 Volkswagen ID Buzz means to address a generally undiscovered market. The plan of the ID Buzz recognizes the German organization's notorious Sort 2 Microbus, or VW Transport for short, which propelled the new van's retro plan. Alongside its interestingly nostalgic outside tasteful, its open lodge will include adaptable seating and 3 lines. The ID Buzz's all-electric powertrain will come in back and all-wheel drive setups, conveying a driving reach that is supposed to be around 260 miles. Connected to a DC quick charger, VW says the van will actually want to charge its battery from 10 to 80% in a short time. The organization, likewise in the end, intends to present its fitting and charge innovation that basically wipes out the need to utilize an application or a card for installment to open the charger. When the ID Buzz goes marked down in the US in fall 2024, it'll check the Volkswagen van's hotly anticipated return to our shores. The cost of the 2025 Volkswagen ID Buzz is supposed to begin around $50,000. The ID Buzz will ride on Volkswagen's particular electric drive, MEB, stage that presently supports corporate items. For example, the Audi Q4 e-tron hybrid and the VW ID4 hybrid, while Europe will get both a business and traveler variant of the ID Buzz. America will just get a long wheelbase traveler one. The base model highlights a solitary, back-mounted electric engine that makes 282 drive. A double-engine, all-wheel drive setup with 335 torque is likewise advertised. We've driven an European rendition of the Traveler van, which has a more limited wheelbase and more modest battery than the one we'll get in the US. However, it actually provided us with a superior thought of what to expect. The ID Buzz accompanies a 86.0 kW battery pack as standard, yet Volkswagen hasn't uncovered a driving reach presently. We expect the ID Buzz will have no less than 260 miles of reach for each charge. VW claims that the people who plug into a DC quick charger will actually want to charge from 10 to 80% in just 30 minutes. One of the characterizing subtleties of the ID Buzz is its enormous and configurable inside. The front seats highlight flexible armrests as well as tables that overlap out of the backrests for backseat travelers. There's likewise a removable mid-control area between the front seats. The US rendition highlights 3 columns of seats with space for 7 riders. A couple of second-line skippers' seats are accessible. However, droppability to 6 travelers. The ID Buzz's champion standard elements incorporate a 10-inch computerized measure group, adjustable surrounding lighting, and a bunch of neating front seats. The VW van's infotainment framework principally works through a 12.9-inch touchscreen that fledglings from the center of the dashboard. A 10.0-inch computerized check show is likewise standard. We likewise anticipate that the ID Buzz should have standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and potentially a backseat theater setup of some kind. A membership-based Wi-Fi area of interest and remote gadget charging ought to be on the list, too. The ID Buzz is presented with a different determination of standard and discretionary driver help innovation. Volkswagen likewise offers a memory capability for oneself park help, that is said to deal with pre-saved courses. For more data about the ID Buzz's accident test results, visit the Public Interstate Traffic Security Organization, NHTSA, and Protection Foundation for Thruway Wellbeing, ICHES sites. Key well-being highlights include